Hey, numerologist community, and welcome to this episode of the full and new moon series that I do with the wonderful Kelly Fox every other week. Hey, Kelly, how are you?
Hi, Rose. I'm good. How are you?
I'm not too bad. So today we're going to be talking about the full moon in Scorpio, which is happening on, is it the 26th of April?
Yes, depending on where you are in the world, it's the 26th or 27th. Yes.
Okay. All right. So what does this one have in store for us? I'm kind of scared to ask because usually people think that Scorpio has a bit of a sting in its tail, but tell us about it.
Oh, it does, and you're right. So it's a very, very intense full moon, extremely intense because, full moons are really intense anyway. And when it's in a really intense sign, there's this double dose of intensity. I mean, look at this lady behind me. She means business, right? So she represents the full moon in Scorpio. This sexy, glamorous woman. She's dressed in black. She knows what she wants. She knows where she's going. And it's like she is not a lady to be messed with. So that's sort of like the energy of this full moon in Scorpio. So the intensity of the full moon, it's usually what I say with full moons, they're like this giant mirror in the sky reflecting our own behaviors and characteristics back to us. So we have to pay attention. I'd say the build up would be now all the way through next week, even though the full moon's on Monday. So it's like it's this reflection of the sides of ourselves that we don't really want to know or own. So it's like the intensity, the drama, because Scorpio does like drama, for better or worse, and full moons are always about drama. So, in other words, this full moon in Scorpio really does bring a double dose of drama to all of us, regardless of what zodiac sign you are. It's about power, it's about control. We've got to take care on the shadow side with manipulation. We've got to be really careful with, who's pulling the strings. And it should always be because, the full moon is about the earth being in the middle of the sun and the moon. So it's about compromise. We've got to find balance and compromise in all situations, and not really pick a fight we can't win with the full moon in Scorpio. I want to share my screen to show you what the chart wheel looks like with the full moon in Scorpio. So here we have the full moon in Scorpio. We've got the sun in Taurus, along with Uranus, Venus, and Mercury. So we've got 4 planets in Taurus on one side, and we've got the moon in Scorpio on the other. So Uranus is a planet of the unexpected. So this just highlights anything goes with this full moon. Anything goes when it comes to love and money because the sun, Uranus, and Venus are conjunct. And then with communication. So take care with what's being said because the repercussions might be really big with the opposite pull here of the full moon in Scorpio. So we do need to take care with what is being said. The repercussions or the consequences could be quite surprising during this full moon in Scorpio. And it's sort of like what you say you can't take back. Now, the other thing here is the full moon. So that's the sun and moon opposite each other, both forming a 90-degree angle called a square to Saturn, planet of karma in Aquarius. So we've got this really, really tough configuration called a T-square in fixed signs. So we're digging in our heels around this full moon and we're not giving up. But again, the repercussions of doing that could bring something we had not anticipated on. And this is for all the signs. This is not just one sign in particular. This is all the signs. So, be aware that your actions may have or your communications as well may have long-term repercussions. So there could be a bit of a push-pull here with this full moon with the things that we've always done versus the things that we need to do. So it's like moving away from the past and into the future, being open to trying and doing alternative ways and things to how we've always done them. So that's really the key here is, many of us with these 4 planets in Taurus will be set in our ways or set in our comfort zone. So it's a time to sort of step out here, particularly emotionally. The level of depth and emotion that's going to be required of many of us might be the real test here. And remember what I said, there's always drama with full moons in Scorpio, and put that together, double dose of drama with the full moon in Scorpio. So it's really about having both feet on the ground with these 4 planets in Taurus, being realistic with our expectations, and not dramatizing or, overreacting to something that may have long-term repercussions of our actions. That's for all zodiac signs. There's no breakdown here. This is for all signs because it's so intense with this supercharged full moon.
Now, it really makes me realize that, and this happens every single full moon, where obviously the sun and moon are opposite each other, right? So in any full moon. So it always sort of highlights the kind of the sun's the sign the sun is in as well. But I think with so many planets being in Taurus right now, it just highlights the fact that, there is that sort of yin and yang kind of energy going on in any full moon, isn't there?
Absolutely. Always. Yes, that is always the case. And it really highlights about finding balance. And it really brings up that, we are all different components. We're not one or the other. It is about balance and reflection and culmination of the energy of the full moon. Yes.
Absolutely. And that brings me, I've not mentioned it in a while, but you can actually go to video.astrology.tv to get your free video astrology report, which sort of highlights the fact that we are all made up of different elements, different energies, aren't we?
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. More than our sun sign.
Awesome. All right. Well, Kelly, thank you so much. And we'll see you again for the next one, which is the new moon in Taurus. Oh, so there we go. Another Taurian sign there. So we'll see you next time. Thanks so much, Kelly.
Thanks, Rose.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more readings and forecasts every single week. Head to the description now for your free numerology reading and to view our latest blogs.